Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Andrea. I film videos all about cruelty-free beauty products, and I try to upload new videos like 4 times a week, so I would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss them. Today's video is going to be part 2 to my Sephora bestsellers that are worth your money. If you guys missed part 1, I will link it in the description box below. Honestly, there are so many good drugstore affordable products that you don't have to spend a lot of money to get high quality, but at the same time, there are a lot of high-end products that really are worth the price tag. So if you are interested in trying these products or these brands, I wanted to share products that I truly do think are worth the money if you're shopping on Sephora's website or just looking for some high-end options. Okay, so I'm going to start with a foundation. This is a foundation that is expensive, especially for the amount of product that you get inside. So I think a lot of people are hesitant to try it out, but a little bit goes a very long way. So I find that the foundation lasts for a pretty good amount of time. This is the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Stick Foundation. I have 2 shades. I have Vanilla and Ivory. Neither one of them is a perfect match for me shade-wise, so I've just been mixing them together, and I need to go into stores and pick like my perfect shade. This foundation is beautiful. If you're looking for a full coverage foundation that's not too mattifying or too heavy on the skin, this one's going to be a great option. I've never tried a stick foundation that I've liked as much as this one. It just blends out beautifully and it gives amazing coverage. So even though you only get 0.25 ounces in the foundation, it does last a good amount of time because you don't need a lot of product to get really beautiful coverage. I think this foundation is ideal for people who have dry or normal skin. If you have oily skin, you can still wear it. I have oily skin, but it doesn't last as long on the skin because it is more of like a satin or hydrating finish. I find that it tends to wear off or my skin gets really oily throughout the day. But honestly, the formula is just so beautiful and so high quality. I've never tried anything like it that I can kind of deal with a little bit of oiliness because it just looks so pretty on the skin. I have a lot of Hourglass favorites, and I did mention a few of them in part 1, but I did not talk about the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This is a somewhat new release. I think they released it over the summer, and this powder is beautiful. It's kind of the powder that got me back on my loose powder kick. For a while, I was like completely over loose powders and I was just wearing pressed powders, but I tried this one over the summer and I fell in love with it. It is such a beautiful powder and it doesn't look like a powdery powder. A lot of loose powders and even pressed powders can just make your skin look like it's very powdery, it's very dry. This powder looks gorgeous. It makes your skin look smooth and poreless, and it just kind of blurs fine lines, and it just kind of makes everything look really even. I like using it as a finishing powder. I don't typically use this to set my foundation into place because I do have oily skin and it is a thinner powder, so I don't find that it keeps my skin super matte throughout the day. So it's actually going to be, again, an ideal option for you if you have normal or dry skin because it's not too dry or too mattifying. I just take it with a large fluffy brush and just blend it all over my face, and it gives my skin such a beautiful airbrushed finish. And again, it's very lightweight. It does not feel heavy on the skin, and there's just something about it that's so beautiful. I think that I found my absolute favorite powder in the entire world, and it is from Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury is now available at Sephora, which is great, and I'm excited to try even more of her products. I've tried like 5 or 6 of them, and this is my absolute favorite. It is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. I have the shade number 1 Fair. First of all, the packaging is just beautiful. I use this product sparingly because it is expensive, but I know that I'm going to end up repurchasing this once I finish it up. It just makes my skin look amazing. In 2018, I've been on the hunt for the most beautiful, perfect powder, and this is it. It's such a gorgeous powder. It makes your skin look airbrushed, look flawless. I've honestly never experienced something like this, and I don't want to sound overly dramatic about a powder, but it's just so beautiful. I usually take more of like a small, dense brush, and I'll just kind of apply it in my T-zone because that's where I tend to struggle with fine lines, and that's where my foundation and my concealer tends to break down the quickest, and this will just lock my foundation into place and make it look so smooth. Like I have a pretty obvious wrinkle like right here, and throughout the day obviously my makeup will crease, and I usually wear concealer there and it will crease and look really obvious. When I use this powder like between my brows, it doesn't look like I even have a wrinkle there or any fine lines at all on my entire face. I'm just really highly impressed by this product, and I will definitely continue to repurchase it. So I tried the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown, and I kind of wish I didn't try it because I love it. I go through brow pencils very, very quickly. Like, it is the #1 makeup product that I finish up the most. So I'm a little bit hesitant to spend this much money over and over again, but I've repurchased it multiple times because it just makes doing my brows so easy. But I do think that it gives me the ability to create hair-like strokes where I don't have hair. My brows pretty much end like right here and right here. And I know they don't look the most natural, but I'm still working on it. But I do think it looks like I have more hair than I actually do. So I do think this is worth the money. I hate that it's expensive because I go through it so quickly, but it honestly is just so easy to use and it does such a great job. So the Urban Decay Born to Run palette has kind of been like the palette of the year. I honestly think so many people have just raved about this palette and loved this palette, and I really hear nothing but good things about it, and I was not surprised at all when I saw it on the bestsellers page. It took me a little while to fall in love with this palette. I thought it was a good palette, but the more that I use it, the more that I love it, and this is a palette that I will always recommend to people. I think if you're looking for a palette with a lot of options, this is a great one because you get warm tones, cool tones, really natural, subtle colors, and also some dark, intense, smoky shades. When I travel, this is a great option because I can get everything that I need in one palette. The matte formula is very blendable, very easy to work with, and the metallic formula is nice because the metallic shadows aren't overly pigmented. I love a good pigmented shadow, but I know not everybody feels the same way. So these are nice because you can build them up, but you also do get good pigmentation. They don't take a ton of work to get like that built up look. They're just easy to work with. I think this is such a beginner friendly palette, or if you just don't want to spend a ton of time on your eyeshadow, like blending and layering, this is also a great option. I do think it is one of the best palettes on the bestsellers page, so I do recommend checking it out. So I don't really buy a lot of high-end mascaras because there are so many great affordable options, and I do like having high-end mascaras every once in a while if I want to treat myself or if they're on sale, but there is one that I've purchased multiple times at the full price because I love it so much, and it is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I wasn't surprised when I saw this on the bestsellers list because it's my absolute favorite high-end mascara. It just makes your lashes so thick and voluminous and dramatic and dark, and I love it. If you are not the type of person that likes to wear false lashes, but you still want your natural lashes to look really dramatic, this is going to be the mascara for you. I will say it is a very wet mascara formula, and I know a lot of people are not big fans of like super wet mascaras, and some people have said that it does have a tendency to flake on them. I personally haven't had that experience, but if you are the type of person that tends to notice that with your mascaras, you might want to maybe try to get a deluxe size sample online or, you know, read some reviews before you do end up purchasing it. But honestly, this is my favorite. It is the one, and I do think it is worth the money. So there are a lot of high-end liquid lipsticks that I love, and there were quite a few on the bestsellers list that I've tried, but the one that I had to mention in today's video, like I narrowed it down to one, is the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick. This is one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas, and I do have a few of them. I have full-size liquid lipsticks, I have minis. The mini liquid lipsticks are the same exact formula in my experience as the full-size liquid lipsticks. So I've actually stopped purchasing the full-size liquid lipsticks because the mini lipsticks last forever, and every holiday season they come out with different sets of minis, so I would totally recommend picking them up. That way you can try out a bunch of different colors, and if you like the color enough, you can always purchase like a full-sized version. But I've had these minis for years and I wear them pretty consistently, and I haven't finished one of them up. They actually have stickers on them because I'm trying to finish them up this year, so I put stickers on them to remind me to use them, but no matter how much I use them, there's always product in there. They're like never-ending liquid lipsticks, but the formula is just so creamy and smooth, and it does dry down because they are matte liquid lipsticks, but they're comfortable on the lips. This is one of the liquid lipstick formulas that I can wear pretty much all day and not be bothered by it because it's not as uncomfortable or as dry as a lot of liquid lipsticks that I've tried, and the colors are just beautiful. They have so many gorgeous nudes and pinks. They have bright colors and reds, and no matter what you're looking for, you're going to be able to find a great option. I just really am drawn to like their nude and pink pink shades because they just get them perfect. The last makeup product that I want to mention before I mention 2 random products is kind of an obvious one, but the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed highlighters are the best highlighters. They are my absolute favorite. I have 2 shades that I really recommend. Opal and Champagne Pop are my favorites. If I had to get rid of all of the highlighters in my collection and only keep 2, I think I would be okay just keeping these 2. These are just so creamy and smooth and beautiful, and they look so gorgeous on the skin. They are my go-to. They're just easy to work with, and if you like spray your brush or you spray your skin and build them up, they look intense. Like, they look so blinding and so gorgeous, but at the same time, if you're not a fan of like an intensely blinding highlighter, they are the type of texture that just kind of blends into the skin and looks really beautiful, and not natural because I don't think they're natural highlighters, but more seamless. I have 2 more products to share with you guys that aren't really makeup products, but they are in the bestsellers section, so I wanted to include them in today's video. The GRANDELASH Lash Enhancing Serum is an amazing product. I've been using it for almost 2 years, which is kind of crazy, but I used to be addicted to false lashes. I haven't worn false lashes since I started using this. My natural lashes are very short, they're very sparse, they're almost non-existent. So this is a product that I like because it makes my natural lashes look so long, and I honestly feel like I don't need false lashes when I use this. I use it like every other night or every 2 nights at this point. When I first used it, I used it every single night for 3 months, but I think they recommend that you do that even to maintain that length, but honestly, I just use it every other night, and I still have long lashes for me personally, but I do love it. I think it's really, really a good product. It does not irritate my eyes at all. I mean, I would recommend doing your research because I know there are conflicting opinions about eyelash serums, but this one has only done amazing things for me. Okay, the last product that I want to mention is a hair product. It is the BRIOGEO Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. This is a product that I've used for like 3 years, maybe longer, and it is the only deep conditioning hair mask that I use. My hair breaks so easily. It's come a very, very long way because I do use a lot of heat on my hair. This is mainly my natural hair. I use like a curling iron to curl a few front pieces. I don't typically wear it like this because I usually prefer to straighten it or curl it with a curling iron. That's just how I like to style it. And because I do that so often, it does tend to break a lot. So I try to use this at least once or twice a week, and I do think it makes a big difference. What I like about this product is that it's very lightweight. It doesn't weigh my hair down. It's not overly heavy. So honestly, I can use it in the morning and then style my hair like I naturally would, or like I regularly would, and it doesn't look greasy or weighed down. A lot of hair masks are so heavy and overly hydrating that you have to use them on a day off. Otherwise, your hair looks greasy or oily or just weighed down. But this one is very lightweight. I think it works. Okay, guys, that is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. I really just wanted to narrow it down to like the best sellers, because again, just because a product is on the bestsellers page doesn't necessarily mean it is the best product. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.